Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
After a 4-game sweep of the Astros, 3-time All-Star Mike Trout leads the Halos against Toronto as they go for their 11th consecutive win at home. Blue Jays, Angels, next. Nice weekend sweep of the Houston Astros. The Halos continue to play very good baseball here at home, and tonight they welcome in their friends north of the border, Toronto Blue Jays, in town, kicking off the 3-game set tonight. All right, buddy, from inside the Big A, we welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas. Toronto tonight will have a left-hander on the mound, and usually that means a platoon situation at the top of the order. Tonight, not the case. Cole Calhoun will get the start, and he's been a fantastic table setter so far.
Yeah, Victor, he's been unbelievable. When we take a look at our AT&T U-verse rewind, you're going to see some great swings from Calhoun. You mentioned the table setter, getting on base consistently versus lefties versus righties, working the count, driving the ball. You see doubles power, you see hit the ball out of the ballpark, working counts exceptionally well. Since June 6th, hitting .402 in that leadoff, that table setter. And then you have the man, Albert Pujols, the machine, driving in runs. That big 2-run home run the other day against the Astros. 22 RBI in his last 21 games. He's starting to get comfortable. He's starting to use the whole field. You see the shift in the infield a lot. He's going the other way, putting the ball in play. Like I said, 22 RBIs his last 21 games. That's as good as it gets. Albert only getting better. The entire offense, the balance.
That left-hander for Toronto, his name is Jay Happ. He'll be opposed by the Angels ace himself. Jared Weaver on the hill for the Angels, looking for his 10th win of the season. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. And continuing here, 3-game set, a couple of night games tonight and tomorrow, and then of course an afternoon contest on Wednesday before the Angels wrap up the proverbial first half with a 4-game series in Texas over the weekend. The lineup cards being exchanged, the ground rules being explained now. Mike Scioscia out there with the umpiring crew. DeMarlo Hale, the bench coach for the Blue Jays, is out for Toronto. And the Angels, of course, with the victory yesterday, now at 30-14 here at home. Remember, this was a team that got off to a very slow start at home. Heck, the first series swept here by the Mariners.
Yes, maybe playing exceptional baseball. A lot of confidence at the plate, and the pitching staff, starters particularly, been outstanding.
Well, the Angels have taken the field. We'll take a look at John Gibbons' starting lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays. They've been struggling of late. They just got swept by the Oakland Athletics and now stand at 47-43 on the year. Jose Reyes will lead things off. He is the shortstop. Munenori Kawasaki, the second baseman. Melky Cabrera in left. Jose Bautista at first. He's been nursing a sore right hamstring. Adam Lind, the DH. Gianna DeMaro, the switch hitting catcher. Colby Rasmussen, center. Nolan Reibold was just claimed off waivers from the Baltimore Orioles yesterday. He's in the lineup tonight. He is in right field. And Juan Francisco over at third base. Taking on Weaver, as we mentioned, looking for his 10th win. He's got an ERA of 3.56.
He's thrown very well in his career versus the Jays. 9-2 mark, 9-game winner this season, looking for number 10, 3.56. But the keys for Weave to be successful: spot his fastball and 12-6 success. And that means using that curveball. He's got a very good break, a 12-6 break on his curveball, especially away on some of the tough lefties.
Check out the defense behind Jared tonight. Josh Hamilton in left, Mike Trout in center, Cole Calhoun is in right. The infield consists of David Freese, who had a couple of nights off. He is back at third base. Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Albert Pujols rounding out that infield from third to first. Chris Iannetta behind the plate.
And Eric Ibar, the captain of that infield defense, has been outstanding, leading all AL shortstops with a .984 fielding percentage. No errors in his last 26 games, is 5 overall this season for Eric Ibar. Great range and even better throwing arm.
But apparently not all-star worthy.
In our opinion, all-star worthy.
No doubt about it. Jose Reyes ready to lead things off for the Toronto Blue Jays, and tonight's first pitch is being delivered by the UPS store. As you can see, Jared Weaver putting in the initials of Nick Adenhart. You'll also see right behind the mound the hashtag #VoteGRich. That is for the final vote for Garrett Richards,
who also deserves to be there.
No doubt.
What a game he had yesterday.
He picked up his 10th win yesterday, going a solid 7 1/3, allowing 1 run, 6 hits, 11 strikeouts, a new career high for him. 1-0 count to Reyes. That is in there for a strike. Switch hitting shortstop, hitting .258. Let's take a look at Garrett's overall numbers. 18 starts. This one lifted to shallow left. Ibar going out. Hamilton coming in, and Hamilton makes the call on the catch. And there's out number 1. Now you can vote for Garrett Richards. You can do it now at Angels.com. Text A4 to 89269 or tweet your hashtag #VoteGRich. The deadline is Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific. I got to check on that whole tweeting thing, because I've heard of different rules as far as the tweets are concerned, that they'll only count on Thursday, but I will double check that, and we'll certainly clear that up for you at some point tonight. First one to Kawasaki outside. 1 ball, no strikes. .268 average in 22 games for Kawasaki. Couple of doubles, a triple, 2 runs batted in. 32-year-old native of Japan. His second season with Toronto. Spent some time with Seattle in his first year in the big leagues. 2-0 now. There's a strike, 2-1. Not a whole lot of power at all. Last year played in 96 games. Hit .229, had 1 home run and 24 runs batted in. Evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Toronto out on the road after that 4-game sweep by the Oakland Athletics at the Coliseum. Now 22-22. There's John Gibbons. Skipper. This one fouled off to the left.
Well, good velocity early on for Weaver, touching 90. And he's been telling me each and every day he's feeling stronger and stronger. Well, when you have Weaver going like Weave can go, along with Garrett Richards, you have a dynamic duo, the two of them, the way they're throwing the baseball.
Pulled over to the right side. Albert thought about it. Howie's there, and they get the out. The second here in the first.
My Hyundai Key with Weaver on the hill. A little Aerosmith, dream on. He's been outstanding at home throughout his entire career. 64-27 in the month of July. 20 home starts, 16-1 for Weaver, and the club has been playing unbelievable baseball at home. Very good combination for Weaver. So dream on, continue on that home success.
2 outs, nobody on, and it's Melky Cabrera, the left fielder, up. Cabrera on the season, a .299 average with 11 home runs and 44 runs batted in. The Blue Jays team that now will play without Edwin Encarnacion. A quad injury, having to be put on the 15-day disabled list. I think it could take longer than that for him to come back. They're dealing with Jose Bautista, that ailing hamstring. Brett Laurie on the disabled list with a broken hand.
Adam Lynn working and playing with a sore foot.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Still a dangerous club, though. 114 home runs.
And still second in the American League East with their 47-43 record. There's Lynn. This one's out to center field. Trout giving chase. He will track it down. A 1-2-3 first for Jared Weaver. The Angels will have Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols coming up in the bottom of the first. Socha starting 9 for the Angels at 51-36, 3.5 back in the American League West. By the way, as far as winning percentage is concerned, second best record in all of baseball behind the Oakland Athletics at the start of the day. Cole Calhoun leading things off at right, Mike Trout at center, Albert Pujols at first base, Josh Hamilton at left, Howie Kendrick at second, Eric Eimar the shortstop, David Freese back in third, C.J. Cron at DH, and Chris Sinetta is batting ninth, doing the catching as they take on the 31-year-old left-hander native of Chicago, Illinois. His name is Jay Happ.
Jay Happ has been throwing the ball very well of late. 7-4 mark fastball, 90-94 slider, curveball, changeup. But the keys against Happ continue the middle of the field approach. He will throw his breaking balls away, fastball away, and early runs to create doubt. He's struggled in his career versus the Angels. 0-2 with an ERA over 9.
Cole looks at a strike. Hitting .301 with 9 home runs, 22 runs batted in. On base 4 times yesterday. Ended up going 3 for 3, 2 singles and a home run. He's had back-to-back 3-hit games. Back in that leadoff spot against the left-hander. Third start of his career against the Angels for J-Hat. This one fouled off the left. And it's 1-2. Nice catch.
That throws a lot of fastballs. Not your typical lefty where you think of spotting your fastball, cutting a fastball, and using your off speed. He will throw over 70% of his pitches are fastballs, in and away.
One, two now. This is looped out toward left field. Melky Cabrera coming in, and does he catch it? He does, it looks like. Third base umpire Brian Gorman with the call at the last minute. Cabrera got the glove down, 1 out.
Boy, dangerous play. If he doesn't make that play, that's at least a triple for Calhoun. Committed to coming in and trying to catch that ball in the air just before it gets the outfield grass. It still didn't have control of it. Still sliding in that ground, going head first. Good read. Just before it hits the outfield grass. Solid play by Cabrera.
So 1 out, nobody on. Mike Trout at the plate. Mike yesterday with a 1-for-3 game. A single in the 5th inning. Was also hit by a pitch. Drilled by Colin McHugh. Third time he's been hit this year. 20 home runs, 63 runs batted in. Voted as a starter for the All-Star game on Tuesday, a week from tomorrow. He's been lobbying hard to get his roommate Garrett Richards in. Two balls, one strike. You can vote online at angels.com an unlimited amount of times. You can also text your vote unlimited amount of times. But the tweeting can only happen on Thursday. They will count those votes only on Thursday. And that voting on Twitter with the hashtag VoteGRich from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Those are the only votes online, hashtag wise, that will be counted. Two. Downstairs, full count.
That's a pretty good pitch. Didn't get the call. Lower part of the strike zone, it looks like it got.
Tony Randazzo calling the balls and strikes. David Rackley at first, Jim Wolf at second, Brian Gorman at third base, the umpiring crew for this 3-game set. Payoff pitch. We'll bounce her back to the mound. Bobbled for a second. Throwing to first. They get the out. 2 outs here in the first. Defensively for Toronto this evening, Cabrera, Rasmussen, Reimold in the outfield from left to right. Francisco Reyes, Kawasaki, Bautista from third to first. Navarro behind the plate.
And Reyes, who has struggled somewhat this year with 11 errors, is very acrobatic himself in the shortstop position. 6 in his last 24 games. Very good throwing arm himself, but at times gets underneath and elevates his throws to first base. That's why you see 6 in his last 24 games.
Pujols takes up and away. Albert, a very solid series against the Houston Astros. That one quasi day off serving as a DH, a little recharge day for him as this one's out to left field. Off the end of the bat. Melky Cabrera moving over. And the Angels go down in order here the first. 1 to the second, scoreless at the Big A. the Angels. 3.5 back of the Oakland Athletics. Angels had that 4-game sweep, as did the Oakland A's, and they Oakland, that is, and the San Francisco Giants. The Old Bay series beginning tonight.
Bottom line is, Mike Scioscia says, so often you can only take care of your own business, and then certainly the Angels have done that of late, especially at home.
Jose Bautista playing first base tonight. Takes a little bit low. It's 1 ball, no strikes. 296 average for Bautista. 17 home runs, 51 runs batted in. He's cooled off a little bit with that hamstring issue that's been bothering him. And 22 home runs in the month of May, 9 in June, and so far in the month of July, 5 for 24. Leading vote getter in the American League. The captain of the American League Home Run Derby.
Oh, you have no idea. Very dangerous hitter who loves pitches on the inner half of the plate.
Two one down. Breaking ball fouled right back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Angels, of course, went to Toronto back in May 9th through the 12th, a 4-game series in which the Angels took 3 of 4. Only losses to Mark Burley.
Toronto was extremely high at that point too.
That was the start of their ascent in May. 2-2 now. Swinging a miss. Down goes Bautista. The Angels went in there, took 3 of 4, and then right after that, they really went crazy as far as their play.
Well, Encarnacion just started hitting home run after home run. Good fastball there from Weaver upstairs to get a swing and miss against Bautista.
Toronto ended up going 21-9 in the month of May. June, they went 12-15, and they're 2-4 so far here in July. Adam Lind looks at a strike. Lind hitting .328. He's the DH. 4 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Bouncer back to the mound. That's kind of a win for Weaver. Lind's got pretty good numbers in his career against Jared. Hey folks, tomorrow the Halos take on the Blue Jays in Game 2, and that game's at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive a Cowboy Rally Monkey courtesy of Jack in the Box while supplies last. Purchase tickets today at Angels.com or by visiting the Angel Stadium ticket office.
Can't wait.
It's about time. Might have to do a little split screen action with that little buckaroo and our stage manager Dean Benson.
Yes.
Very similar looking guys. Down Navarro takes upstairs. Navarro hitting .259. 5 home runs, 34 runs batted in. Navarro, a better hitter from the left side. And if you get into those matchup situations, you want to turn him around. You'd like to turn Jose Reyes around. Melky Cabrera. 3 switch hitters in the lineup to bat from the right side. A little bouncer foul, 2-1.
Weaver's had a lot of success against Navarro using his changeup and his slow curveball. Trying to get back into the count to be able to use those pitches now. Just 2 for 14 against Weaver.
And as Lind was running down the line, I mentioned he had good numbers against Jared. 9 for 26 with a couple of home runs at the start of the day, so 9 for 27 now. This one lifted to shallow left, and Eric Ibar drifts out to the outfield grass. It's Josh Hamilton makes the call on the catch. A 1-2-3 second. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Hamilton, Kendrick, and Ibar coming up for the Angels as we are scoreless.
bottom of second, tied at 0. Coming up later in the game, we'll check out the big news from around the majors on the Carl's Jr. Sports Update. They want to know. They're excited. Certain teams getting together. Reunion of a World Series not too long ago. And a very good pitcher. Going for an even dozen. And that is a great look going.
Oh, there's no doubt. They may have made it up from the anime convention. Dressed up for that. You ever been down in San Diego when they have that convention?
I have, believe it or not.
It's a blast.
Yes, it is.
Josh Hamilton hitting .295 with 5 home runs and 21 runs batted in. Takes down and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Happ retired the Angels in order in the first. A couple of fly balls to left and a bouncer back to the mound. 3rd round pick of the Phillies back in 2004 out of Northwestern University. Some foul back, and it's 2-1. Limited last year to just 18 starts. He took that line drive off the bat of Desmond Jennings. Skull fractured and a sprained knee that put him on the disabled list. Scary moment at Tropicana Field as that one was fouled into those field suites. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's always been the guy with, when you look at his overall stuff, he's got a very, very effective fastball and will pitch inside very well.
This one's driven out to left. Melky Cabrera almost barely had to move. There's out number 1.
Cabrera getting a lot of action already. 3 outs his way in the game.
Howie Kendrick at .284 average. 4 home runs, 39 runs batted in. See the on-base percentage at .348 as he hacks at the first one, fouls it off. Howie yesterday 0 for 3 with a walk. Picked up an RBI and a fielder's choice.
Boy, Howie hit the ball extremely well against the Astros in that series, and he was very aggressive on the first pitch.
Halos
8 for 15 he was in the series against Houston.
All the guys did, really. I was just going to say the Angels raised their team batting average 4 points for that 4-game set. They had 9 hits Thursday, 16 on Friday, 14 on Saturday, and then just 8 yesterday, picking up the victory.
Nice play in the stands by a fan.
Watch out. Come up and in. It does so. Spins him out. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll say this as we just saw the coming back from the break, those fans. A lot of Blue Jay fans here during batting practice down the first base line. The opportunity to come to Southern California as that one is just low. That's a full count. Tony Randazzo not really giving that lower part of the strike.
I was just going to say that whether it's inside or out, not giving the low strike. Lots of Blue Jay fans here.
See, now that's a giveaway they should go back to, that helmet.
Yes.
The team helmet. 3-2. That's a single to right. First base runner of the ball game. It is Howie Kendrick's base hit. And up steps Eric Ibar. Folks, groups of 20 or more can enjoy Angels baseball for as low as $8 per seat. This year, take advantage of the exclusive group hat collection for select series. To book your outing today, just call 888-796-HALO or log on at angels.com/groups. That right there could be a group. They're together.
Yes, it is.
Busting out the cowboy hats. Getting ready for the Cowboy Rally Monkey tomorrow.
T-shirts working also.
Australian baseball, it says on there. Well, chopper to third. Juan Francisco fires a second for 1. The relay back to first, not in time. Good hard slide by Alvin Kendrick taking out Kawasaki. John Gibbons going to walk out and talk things over with David Rackley as they take a look at the replay down in the Blue Jays clubhouse.
Quick feed by Francisco right away. Kawasaki a quick turn. And a wise decision by Gibbons to realize that our Ibar did get the foot down just before the baseball goes in the glove of Bautista at first base.
Now the Blue Jays had an interesting appeal for replay review in a bases loaded situation at the Coliseum just a couple of days ago on a tag play on their runner at first base. David Freese takes inside, so essentially John Gibbons asked for a review. The runner apparently called safe on a tag play. He appealed his own runner was out because it essentially took out the force on the play at the plate. And that it won. He won. His runner was called out at first and the run scored. As Freese hits one out to right field. Nolan Rival is there. That'll do it for the Angels here in the second. 2 in the books here at the Big A. We're scoreless. Jared Weaver has been taken out of this ball game, so Mike Scioscia has to go to the bullpen here. Not sure what happened, but just a couple of warm-up pitches for Jared. All of a sudden, Adam Neville and Mike Scioscia had to come out.
See if he can detect anything as he's throwing the baseball. Boy, not comfortable, you can tell. And knowing Weave as well as we do, you know he wants to try to keep going, but not comfortable at all on the mound.
We're going to step away for a moment here. Whomever Mike Scioscia chooses will have as much time as necessary to get ready to pitch here in the third. Jared Weaver no longer in the game. We're scoreless here in the third. And Matt Shoemaker has been handed the baseball by Mike Scioscia. Took him a while to get out here, as no one really was anticipating what the issue was, or anticipating that Weaver wouldn't be able to stay in the ball game. Jared faced 6 batters and had 1 strikeout, retired all 6. And so now Matt, who was scheduled to start Thursday in Texas, will get the start, or I should say will take over here in the 3rd inning. And he will get as much time as necessary to get loose. And as a starting pitcher, it'll now take you a little bit longer than perhaps it would if you were just a reliever out of the bullpen trying to crank it up in a hurry.
Exactly. Last pitch on July 3rd. Again, to be able to get your game face going, too, that's something. Once you hear and get the word you're going to pitch, that's where you got to gear it back up at this point. He's been out of the bullpen before in the past, so he knows what it takes to get ready and get ready at a certain point.
Hey folks, coming up later in the game, we'll bring you the AT&T fan photo of the game, but we need your help. Feature your photo using hashtag WestFanPhoto. It could be shown in an upcoming game broadcast. We're going to step away for a moment as Matt Shoemaker continues to warm up. We're at the top of the 3rd with no score. A little bit of a delay here as Matt Shoemaker just now on the mound getting his pitches on. Remember, he pitched on Thursday as we walked into our broadcast booth against the Houston Astros. Threw just over 100 pitches on Thursday against the Astros. Threw the ball well. The question is now just 3 days of rest. You're not really looking for him to go 7-8 innings here. You're trying to get 3, maybe 4 if he's economical.
And one thing you also keep in mind is he had a bullpen session. It should have been yesterday. So there's a lot of pitches thrown in between your start and a bullpen session. But the reality is when you get a chance, any opportunity to take that game mound, an opportunity to pick up a W, your hand is raised. You say, I'm ready to go. And that's what you see from Matt Shoemaker, a very tough competitor. I think it's a situation, 2-3 innings to give a little bit of length for the bullpen. At that point, they'll take over from there.
They try to piece it together. No off days between now and, of course, Sunday with the All-Star break beginning on Monday. No word as of yet as to what's going on with Jared Weaver. It's all speculation if you hear anything right now, because the Angels have been very adamant as far as releasing information on certain players. Once we get it, we will certainly pass it along to you. But if you're going to look at the glass half full, if you're going to have an injury to a key guy, and Jared is a key guy in that rotation for you, may not be a bad time to have it. This is Monday before the All-Star break. You've got a 4-day break after that. Doesn't necessarily mean he's got to come back that Friday after the All-Star break. You can push him back.
You can change things around. We talked about that 6-man rotation for a while. There's an opportunity for maybe you put Hector and eventually Shoemaker comes back in to start in Texas, and maybe you give Weaver a few extra days, whatever it may be. But the reality is, knowing Weaver, we know him well, that it had to be some soreness for him to come out of the game.
Yeah, lower back tightness, as we expected. That's what the Angels have just now told us, so that's why he looked uncomfortable through 2 warm-up pitches.
And when you look at Weaver, the way he throws the baseball, and he worked so hard during the offseason to make sure his lower part of his body was strong and flexible, And if you're torquing as much as he does throwing a baseball, you know if you have a lower back situation, anybody's had a lower back situation, you know what he feels like. But even more so because of the way he throws the ball. Wise decision by Mike Scioscia and Adam Neville to take Weaver out at that point.
Now you've been in these type of situations. Everyone is looking at you on the mound saying, all right, let's go. We've waited long enough. Are you tempted to cut off your warm-up pitches to appease everyone, or do you just go with your routine?
I would love to say I would make sure I get all my pitches in and I was going to keep my routine going, but the reality is you want to speed it up because you want the guys behind you happy. Guys making plays and eventually possibly scoring runs for you.
Bottom third of the order for Toronto here in the third. Rasmus, Reimold, and Juan Francisco. Colby Rasmus hitting .216, has 12 home runs, 27 runs batted in. And that one is in for a strike. Shoemaker 6-2 at a 4.35 ERA. This is his 15th game. He's had 9 strikes under his belt, 60 innings, 65 hits, 60 strikeouts, 15 walks. And it is 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, if you're just joining us, Jared Weaver, lower back tightness done after 2 innings. 1-1. Bounce that one. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And the one thing about Matt Shoemaker, besides the fact he wanted to grab the baseball and take this challenge, he's not a power pitcher. So he's a guy that relies on spotting the fastball well and all his secondary pitches. He should be able to, if he's comfortable enough, be able to get 2 to 3, maybe 4 innings of relief done and quality relief done for Mike Scioscia here.
This one's popped up on the left side. David Freese, the lone man on the left side of the infield. 1 down. This is the first career appearance for Matt Shoemaker against Toronto, so a little bit of an advantage.
And some hitters in this lineup that are 1 are not available and 2 are banged up, from Bautista and Adam Lind. You just hit your spots.
Yeah.
Work quickly. Utilize that defense behind you. It's been outstanding this season for the Halos.
And from an offensive standpoint, you're all geared up. Your hitters meaning to face Jared Weaver. A lot of plenty of scouting reports, videotape, and your experiences and their experiences against Weaver. And all of a sudden, you've got to scrap all that and try to find someone that's on the bench and maybe face Shoemaker in the minor leagues.
Kevin Seitzer, the hitting coach for the Jays, is going through all this paperwork to try to figure out what's the approach going to be.
Eric Ibar calls off Howard Kendrick. Reimold retired in his first at bat as a Blue Jay. 2 down.
So certainly a huge advantage for Shoemaker here initially, at least one time through the lineup.
Now with Matt, we've talked about it a number of times with sinker ball pitchers that you like that fatigue so that sinker sinks. If you're too strong, a lot of times it's difficult to get that movement on the pitch. With Matt and his repertoire, 3 days between that last start and this relief appearance here, how's that work, or how does it affect someone like that?
He still should be okay, but again, I want to get back to the point. He probably threw a bullpen session. We didn't see yesterday, but that would be his normal day, especially since he's going to be pitching in Texas. But he's still a guy that spots the ball well. It's all about feel. I asked him about that start in Kansas City. He said he didn't have a good feel for the baseball. His last start out had a better feel for it.
2 balls, no strikes here on Juan Francisco. And a lot of times when guys are feeling maybe not 100%, the staff knows about it. Mike Butcher, Mike Scioscia, training staff knows about it. Francisco pops this one on the third base side. Freese will give it a look, but he's headed toward the seats. So there is that inkling in that clubhouse of, hey, just in case, maybe we push a bullpen back, or maybe just in case, don't throw extra today on the field just to be safe. And so we have some length, if you will, out of that pen.
Yeah, and we've seen the bullpen been used quite a bit of late. So you always have that mindset, okay, even if I do throw a bullpen session, I'll do a light bullpen session just to get a good feel for that incline of the mound.
3 balls, 1 strike on Juan Francisco, the third baseman. Top of the order, Jose Reyes on deck. Francisco hitting .230, has 13 home runs, 32 runs batted in. This one's lined to right center, a base hit. good hitters count, and Toronto gets its first base runner on board. Puts a man on for Reyes.
Shortstop, number 7, Jose Reyes.
Reyes a fly ball to left field. First inning, 0 for 1. Reyes 18 doubles, 3 triples. Very good speed. Short lead for Francisco at first. This one's out to right center. Cole Calhoun plays it deep right. Moving over, is there. That'll do it for Toronto here in the third. Right to the bottom of the third, but no score. Minneapolis, Derek Jeter taking the field in his last All-Star game ever. A special coverage, of course, begins at 4:30 Eastern Time, 1:30 Pacific on Fox Sports 1, followed by the 2014 All-Star Game at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on Fox. Don't forget to vote in Garrett Richards. Hashtag right here, Vote G Rich. That'll be happening on Thursday. Your hashtags will count on Thursday. Make sure that you send your tweet with the hashtag Vote G Rich. This is the shirts that are made up for the guys, and they'll be handed out to the guys, and they'll be having these on tomorrow during the, or I guess tonight after the ball game.
That's pretty cool that they're doing this.
Yeah, love it.
Oh, he's a special pitcher. He's had an unbelievable season.
TJ Crone lining one to right. Nolan Reimold is there, makes the catch. And there's out number 1 to start the bottom of the third.
So far, some pretty solid outfield play by the Jays.
So 1 out, nobody on for Chris Iannetta.
Iannetta 2 for 5 in his career versus Happ with a home run. Boy, you would love to see the offense respond here early and get some runs for Shoemaker as he gets acclimated to pitching on that mound. Did a solid job that 1 inning so far.
Iannetta, .269 batting average, 5 home runs and 24 runs batted in. Takes down low. Halos have had 1 base runner, pardon me, 2 base runners, a single by Kendrick, a fielder's choice by Ibar. Toronto's had 1, a single by Juan Francisco with 2 outs in the third. 1-2 upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I think we've got to put those shirts on, take a picture, and tweet that thing out, get people to start voting.
No question.
Right?
I'm for it.
You haven't taken a selfie yet, have you? This one fouled back.
That's probably a good idea for me never to do that.
No? You've got the long arms, though, man. You've got the the reach, if you will.
I'm happy to be able to type some words in there with my phone. It's a slow process.
Stay away from the camera.
Yes.
Full count. J. Happ, no strikeouts, no walks, the 1 hit allowed. 3rd start of his career against the Angels. Got knocked around in that start up at the Rogers Center in Toronto back in May. Top of the order, and Cole Calhoun on deck. Here's the payoff. Iannetta fouls it. This one into the seats.
Boy, in this sequence for Happ against Iannetta, everything on the outer part of the plate. The only pitch that wasn't was that one that bounced by the foot of Chris Iannetta. Hence, you see the outfielders playing him to hit that way. They're going to try to stay away again.
This one's pulled to short. Reyes can't handle it. Hot smash. And Chris will reach.
Made a mistake. That ball cut back in the inner half, and Iannetta hit that ball well. Of the 8 pitches thrown, 7 of them, 6 of them, I should say, were on the outer half. This ball well, 1 hops, gets by Reyes. Being a base hit for Chris Iannetta.
Oh, the lost start of squaring up the shoulders and getting in front of a baseball.
The backhand.
Yeah. That goes as a hit.
You know, the backhand of Wimbledon in that 5-set marathon yesterday.
Yeah. This one fouled into the seats.
Well, we talked about how well Cole Calhoun has hit of late since June 6th. And in the game tonight, .402 batting average. That's even better than Altuve, who was red hot. Cole Calhoun seeing a lot of pitches, using the entire field and driving the ball also.
Oh, for 1, hit that sinking liner to left that Cabrera made a nice play on in the 1st inning. Takes a strike. It's 0-2. Very solid last year against left-handed pitching. Better against left-handed pitching than right-handed. 0-2 now. Protecting, fouls it back. Bautista was playing in front of Ida, now on the back, holding him at first. Trout on deck. It's turned into a nice night. Not as warm today as it was yesterday. Baseball's flying yesterday. Very little breeze here tonight. 1-2 now. Bouncer. Over the head of Bautista. That's a fair ball. Iannetta doesn't know where the baseball's at. Now heads to 3rd. Calhoun to 2nd with a double. The throw comes into the middle part of the infield. A nice play by Diana Navarro to run it down the line.
And Happ being at home plate too, just in case Iannetta's gone. But the decision, Iannetta didn't pick it up right away, but he did pick up Gary DiSarcina, and that's when he waves him over to 3rd base. If you don't know where it's at as a base runner, you pick up your 3rd base coach. And that's what Iannetta was able to do. He's going on that ground ball, thinking he might have to break up a double play. Then he's picking up Gary DiSarcina, and then knowing he's going to hold right there at the base. Good job by Iannetta after not seeing the ball initially. is putting that ball in play for Cole Calhoun over the head of Bautista and in fair territory. Good call. And David Rackley at first base, the first base umpire, right on top of it.
Infield back for Toronto with Trout at the plate and runners at second and third. The Angels yesterday 2 for 6 with men in scoring position, but in that series against Houston overall, 16 for 41, a .390 batting average. Trout will bounce it back to the mound his first time up. Takes outside. Reyes, a shortstop, really playing Trout to pull. Bouncer up the middle. That will certainly sneak through. Bautista at the cut of the grass at first.
And Rasmus is almost playing on the warning track in center field. It's about as deep as the center fielder you're going to see play that position.
Ground ball to short. Right at Reyes. It'll bring in a run as the Angels have a 1-0 lead. Trout with his 64th run batted in.
A productive out, knowing when the infield's playing back there, you're going to get a run across by hitting the ball at least in the middle part of the field. Love to get a hit, but still driving in a run for Trout. Now Pujols to come up with a runner in scoring position.
So 2 outs. Calhoun at second, Albert up. Albert, a fly ball to left field to end the first inning. Just got it off the end of the bat. That's 17 games, a .345 batting average with men in scoring position. He went 9 for 16 in the series against Houston with 7 runs batted in. 2 big home runs.
You wonder if he's going to give in and throw Albert a fastball anywhere near the strike zone with a lefty Josh Hamilton on deck in an open base. It's a time as a hitter, you need to be patient. That's going to bring out Navarro probably to discuss that exact point.
First base open. Got a guy at the plate's been swinging the bat well.
He's been the last 21 games, 22 RBIs for Pujols.
Rasmus still out in deep center. Took something off. Get it over. Fastball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Boy, Albert would love that pitch again, though. That had a little cut action. That went through his danger zone for Pujols.
Ground ball to the right side. Kawasaki to his left has it. And that'll do it for the Halos. They strike for a run on a couple of hits and leave a man on through 3. The Angels lead at 1-0. Kawasaki, Cabrera, Bautista coming up for the Toronto Blue Jays. And nice, not a bad inning. You could have asked for a little bit more, but you'll take the one run.
Yeah, reality is a ground ball could have been made a play on. Instead, you get 2 run out of that. Could have had more, but the reality is get an early lead, get some run support from Matt Shoemaker.
And we're not even going to address the shirts, are we?
No, these are great shirts.
They're good looking shirts,
good looking
man.
shirts.
Got number 43 on the back. Right there. You want to put the camera back on?
Yeah, I like that.
What do you think? Should we sell them? And
yes, I like that. That's the old-fashioned. That's almost like a San Francisco Giant number on the back.
Or the Phillies back in the day in the 60s.
Yes.
They had the
huge numbers on the back.
Yeah, from the collar all the way down to the tail of the shirt. Munenori Kawasaki, the second baseman, grounded out in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Lines this one to left center, a base hit. Trout cuts it off. Kawasaki will stop. Lead off single for Kawasaki. We'll bring up Melky Cabrera. Vote now. Unlimited amount of times at Angels.com. Text A4 to 89269. The hashtag, that's Thursday only.
Certainly deserving being on that squad.
Melky Cabrera, fly ball to center field his first time up, so he's 0 for 1.
And how they getting a ground ball to the other guy that deserves to be in the All-Star game, Eric Ibar. Cabrera's grounded into 13 double plays this season.
Check on Kawasaki. Blue Jays don't run a whole lot. 38 stolen bases on the year, 12th in the American League. Jose Reyes leads the club with 17. Kawasaki has not attempted one as of yet. One around. 1 ball, 1 strike. Decent lead for Kawasaki too at first base. Cabrera reaching for the off speed.
Here's that final voting. Some very stiff competition, especially when you think of Rick Porcello and Chris Sale. Alex Keuchel very good. Corey Glover's been very good too for Cleveland. 5 very good deserving pitchers. No question Richards top of that list along with Chris Sale.
Breaking pitch, roll through the right side, a base hit. Kawasaki will turn second, head to third. Calhoun's throw is high and Freeze fortunately comes off the bag. Back-to-back hits for Toronto here. Puts runners at the corners with nobody out.
And that ground ball in the hole between first and second, and Calhoun charges it. Has 5 outfield assists, a season high throw. Kawasaki got a good read on that one and went first to third. It was going to be a very difficult play.
Now Jose Bautista, the first baseman, will bat. Bautista, strikeout victim in the second inning. Jared Weaver lasting just 2 innings today. Came out to warm up in the top of the third. Lower back tightness forced him out of the game. That's why Matt Shoemaker's pitching now. 3 infielders on the left side. First one just off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Lays off the breaking ball. It's 2-0. This is line to left. Hamilton is there. He'll make the catch. Kawasaki will come in to score. We're tied at 1 as Bautista picks up his 52nd run batted in.
And what your mindset has to be for Shoemaker, just limit the damage. That was a well hit ball by Bautista, but it's an out. Back to the mindset of getting the ball down on the ground again. Well hit for Bautista, 52nd RBI of the season, but he was in a very good hitter's count.
One out, one on. Adam Lynn, the DH, hit a bouncer back to the mound his first time up. Breaking ball just missed outside. This Blue Jays team came in batting .256 as a team, .267 against righties, just .229 against left-handers. Down low. It's 2 balls, no strikes. So Shoemaker a little frustrated with himself.
Big thing is you're in the dugout. You're sitting there, you're rooting for your teammate, Jared Weaver, on the mound, and all of a sudden you're asked to come in the game. Your adrenaline's going. You feel comfortable. Now all of a sudden the second inning, it sets it upon yourself that, all right, I'm in the middle of a tough game against a very good team in Toronto. The whole mindset changes. Now all of a sudden you become more of a guy that's going to hit your spots. In the first inning, you're just going at the hitters. Now all of a sudden you have to think in terms of, I got to get back into my routine of getting ahead of the count.
Well, he got Lynn down in front of this breaking ball. Long run for Cole Calhoun. Has a play on it. 2 outs.
And you want to try to avoid those counts, even though Matt can throw his off-speed pitch in there very, very well. But you also want to get yourself in a situation where you can get ahead and then finish off with your split finger fastball.
Two outs and a man at first, tied at 1. Down at the bar of the batter. Get a fly ball to left in the second inning. 0 for 1. Halos in the fourth will have Hamilton, Kendrick, and Ibar due up against J. Happ. In there for a strike. On the ground. Howie's got it. Shoemaker limits the damage. Toronto gets on the board on the sac fly by Jose Bautista. Head to the bottom of the 4th, tied at 1. the Brewers on Fox Sports 1. Then it's Baseball Night in America on Fox as Mike Trout and the Angels take on the Texas Rangers. Our MLB doubleheader begins Saturday at 12:30 Pacific on Fox Sports 1. It continues at 4 p.m. Pacific on Fox and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Tied at 1 as we begin the bottom of the 4th inning. First side out of Mike Butcher and Matt Shoemaker. A little conversation there after that last half inning.
It's all about comfort and how you're feeling, hitting your spots.
Hamilton fouls one off to the left. Josh hit a fly ball to left. Lined one out to Melky Cabrera. 0 for 1. Fouls this one back. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. After 21 pitches in that 3rd inning. Angels sending 5 men to the plate. Scoring a run on a couple of hits and an RBI ground out. 1-2. Toronto answering right back.
Now it's up to the offense. Don Baylor's done an outstanding job with the club as far as getting that patience and that good approach of using the middle of the field.
Josh has worked the count full. Fourth full count for J. Happ. Kendrick on deck. 3-2 and it's a called strike 30 to it. First strike out of the night for Happ.
Boy, after a number of pitches that really all over the strike zone and beyond the strike zone, paints his 6th pitch right down at the knees. Effectively wilding at it bat against Hamilton. Eventually spots the fastball well.
Howie looks at a strike. Kendrick with a base hit in the 2nd. Off the plate. That is pulled down the line. Might go for extras. And it will. Cabrera over to cut it off. Howie to second. He was in there with a 1-out double. So a 2-hit game for Howie already.
Continues this strong homestand for Howie Kendrick. Another off-speed pitch. Started him off with a curveball. The first pitch. Howie tracks it, pulls it right down the left field line for a double. His 17th of the season. Now 10 hits in this homestand. Remember early in the season Howie was struggling at home, doing very well on the road.
Here's Ibar. Saw one pitch in the 2nd. Reached on a fielder's choice as he bounced one over to Francisco at 3rd. 0-1. Not lost in all of the all-star banter, especially as we talk about Garrett Richards, because he is part of that final vote. This shift man here certainly deserving of being an all-star this year. 278 average, 6 home runs, 43 runs batted in. Fouls this one off to the right. It's 0-2.
Talked about it on the pregame show. 30 extra base hits. 43 RBI. Only Tulowitzki with more. He's over in the National League as far as RBIs. In that shortstop position and playing exceptional defense.
Swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball. 2 outs. Climb the ladder.
Boy, Navarro set the target up high. Happ has a good fastball that he can spot it. And as a hitter, it looks so good to hit. Then at 93, very difficult to catch up to.
To 2 outs. Kendrick still at second. Here's David Freese at a fly ball to right field his first time up. Takes a strike on the inside corner. David did not start the last 2 games, but had a huge pinch hit home run in the 7th inning of Saturday night's game. Oh, 1 now. Upstairs.
And what? He's got some pretty good get up.
Yeah.
On that fastball upstairs.
Swinging through that one. One out double for Kendrick, his 17th of the year. Still at second base. 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Glass back to Kendrick's got a big lead at second. Freese lays off. Full count. 5th now. Full count of the game for Happ.
And quite a few pitches thrown. 64 of them now. We're in the 4th inning.
As a staff, the Blue Jays 9th in the American League in ERA 3.98. Starters at 3.79. Bullpen at 4.36. 3-2. Freese fouls it off to the right.
Happ, a lot of fastballs continue to go upstairs with a fastball like that, but when you make mistakes trying to go upstairs, that's when you give up the big fly. He's given up 9 home runs this season, 3 against lefties, 6 against right-handed batters.
He's really stuck with that fastball for the first couple of innings here. Now 2nd time through the order. He's been effective with it. And he misses down low, so he issues his first walk as he picks up his first 2 strikeouts of the game in this inning. And now Crone will bat with a couple of men on.
Crone hit the ball well to right field for an out, his first at bat against Happ. I mean, the game was 2 for 2 with a home run against Happ.
Crone a fly ball to right field in his first plate appearance. 0 for 1. The first one. Breaking ball. That's why he's pretty much stuck with that fastball. The breaking ball has not been there as of yet.
Yeah, as hitters can track it, and it hasn't been consistent in the strike zone. But if he keeps getting hitters to swing the high fastball, it's going to be difficult to make consistent contact. You just got to try to bring it down a little bit lower in the strike zone to make good contact against them.
7-game winner so far this year. A 4.38 ERA coming into tonight. Angels trying to snap this 1-1 tie here, the 4th. Upstairs. 2-0. Mentioned earlier in the game, he was originally in the Phillies organization, got traded to Houston. And that was in 2010. That was the Roy Oswalt trade.
Made a lot of trades with Houston.
Yeah.
The Phillies did.
Yes, they have. And then he got traded to Toronto. Crone just got jammed. Flares went out to shallow center. Rasmus comes racing in, puts it away, and the Angels are done here in the fourth. We'll head to the fifth, tied at 1. At 1, want to remind you, the Chevy Summer Silverado giveaway is now available at angels.com/Chevy. Don't miss your chance to enter to win a 2014 North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado. Chevrolet, the official ride of the Angels. Here at the top of the fifth inning, Rasmus, Reimold, and Francisco to face Matt Shoemaker. His third inning of relief took over for Jared Weaver, who left the game after 2 innings with lower back tightness.
We'd love to have a quick, clean top of the fifth for Matt Shoemaker. Limit the pitches, get some quick outs.
29 pitches so far, 18 for strikes, 3 hits allowed. Rasmus was the first batter he faced in the third inning, got him to pop up. First one's upstairs. 3 infielders on the right side. Kendrick actually had a shallow right with Rasmus at the plate. Strike.
It's a split finger fastball he could throw for a strike. When he gets ahead of the count, that's when he tries to get a swing and miss on the even better split finger fastball.
One and 2 now. Colby's brother Corey sent down a couple of days ago by the Angels. Did a nice job in the pen for the Halos.
Yeah, very good. Some quality innings.
Corey pitched Friday night with 2 1/3 scoreless innings. It's a game in which C.J. Wilson got knocked out in the 5th, lasting just 4 1/3, giving up 6 runs. Swing and a miss, down he goes, and there's out number 1.
With the split finger fastball to finish off Rasmus. Boy, perfect location, great change of speeds with that pitch, and the bottom drops out.
1 out, nobody on, and Nolan Reimold at the plate. First at bat as a Blue Jay in the 3rd inning, grounded out. A lot of power at the bat of Reimold. Actually could run a little bit, but injuries have zapped his career. Now 30 years of age. Prior to tonight, 286 career games, all with the Orioles. He skies one down the left field line, hooking foul.
He's always had a lot of talent. Great throwing arm in the outfield. 15 career outfield assists. Mentioned runs well. maybe even a close play on the ground ball to Eric Ibar back in the 3rd inning.
Yep. In his big league career, in those 286 games, a .252 average, 41 home runs, 126 runs batted in, put on waivers, claimed by the Blue Jays. And to start tonight out in right field with Bautista at first. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Second round pick by Baltimore in 05 out of Bowling Green University. Two now. Check swing foul. Handles with a run in the 3rd inning. RBI ground out by Trout. The sac fly by Bautista tied things up in the 4th. Jampin flared into the seats.
What you're noticing, if you're looking at home, a lot of times you're looking at the catcher, giving the signs 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever signs for that pitch is for that particular pitcher. But Iannetta is going with taps, going to different zones of the body as far as giving signs to Matt Shoemaker.
Bouncer foul.
Reason why sometimes as a pitcher you can't really see the signs in there as well as you would like. Sometimes you get confused if it's between a 2 or a 3. 2 being a curveball, 3 being a slider. With the amount of pitches that Shoemaker throws, they're going with the taps on the shin guards, the face mask, the shoulder area.
Breaking ball lifted to shallow right. Kendrick going out there, calls for it. 2 outs.
Real good communication right away for Howie, going back on the baseball, throwing his hands up and making sure Cole Calhoun knows he's going to be able to make that play a little bit easier because Cole playing deeper in right.
I don't think I've seen either Hank Conger or Chris Iannetta use those colored fluorescent nail covers for signs. And a lot of times when you see the guys doing the taps, you see it with men on base because you're worried about a team perhaps relaying either location or sign. Try to mix it up.
And again, sometimes it could be the fact is that Shoemaker throws so many different pitches. You get a 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, changeup, a split finger fastball, curveball, and slider.
Got to grow another finger, I guess. The old 6-fingered catcher.
Yes.
Francisco is swinging a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Francisco a single in the 3rd inning. There's 1 for 1. Two balls, 1 strike.
And Victor, you mentioned that there's a company out of Los Angeles, Anaheim area called Game Signs, in which you'll see there's stickers being put on catchers' fingers, fingernails, to be able to see and read what pitch you have. But again, it comes down to Shoemaker with so many different pitches.
This one skied and towering out to right center field, and Francisco has given the Blue Jays a 2-1 lead as he hits his 14th of the year. A down and in pitch.
And Francisco has a ton of power. If you make a mistake in that zone there, there's some trouble. Second hit. And Shoemaker so far. Or a fastball that won a 2-seamer, you try to run at the hip and bring it back late. But that had running, sinking action too early and got the middle of the plate and hit out of the yard.
Reyes looks at a strike, so the Angels play from behind. 2-1. The old 2-out home run. 1 ball, 1 strike. Reyes tonight, a couple of fly ball outs, 1 to left, 1 to right. Francisco did 2 for 13 coming into tonight's game in the month of July as Reyes skies one to center. That's playable for Trout. Trout takes the lead. They pick up that home run by Francisco ahead to the bottom of the 5th. Angels trail it 2-1. Inning, 9-1-2 coming up for the Angels. Iannetta, Calhoun, and Trout.
When last at bat, Happ threw a lot of pitches away against Iannetta. They made one mistake on the inner half, and Iannetta had a base hit by Reyes at short.
Drives this one out to right center field. That ball is scolded. That one off the wall. Iannetta on his way to second. They're saying a fan touched the baseball. It's a double. A 2-hit game for Chris Iannetta.
Well, I like what Chris did there because he realizes and remembers what Happ tried to do to him his first at bat, and he got that fastball again out over the plate, and this time looking to drive the ball to right center field and hits a double, his 11th of the season. And the fan reaching over, makes contact with the baseball. My associate's going to go out and check just in case. And it looked like the fan is reaching over the yellow line.
Yeah. And even if he does it, I don't think that's a home run. Jim Wolf, the second base umpire, is the one that made the call.
And was a Blue Jay fan.
Yeah. Well, it looks like they are going to review it. Brian Gorman, the crew chief. Jim Wolf, second base umpire, will head over. This would be a crew chief review.
Well, in that angle, it still looks like a Blue Jay fan reaching over the wall.
Not one of those plays that can be challenged by a manager. You go out there and talk to the umpire, and the crew chief determines. And more times than not, they'll agree and say,
"Yeah, this is not a challenge."
Yeah. As it stands right now, it's a double for Chris Iannetta, his 11th of the year.
Well, he's been swinging the bat exceptionally well of late himself, Chris Iannetta. Looks like they're going to make a decision quickly.
And it is a double. Fan interference as he reached over. Here's Cole Calhoun.
Well, these two worked well last time after Iannetta got a single. Cole Calhoun, the ground ball double over the head of Jose Bautista at first base. You got Iannetta on base again, this time in scoring position for Calhoun.
1 for 2 on the night. 2 balls, no strikes. Cole fouls this one back. That leadoff double by Chris Iannetta is the first time tonight the Angels have had their leadoff man reach. Had base runners in each now of the last 4 innings. Happ had a 1-2-3 first. Trout on deck. 2-1 Toronto, courtesy of the Juan Francisco home run with 2 outs in the top of this inning. 3-1.
In this sequence for Happ against Calhoun, he's pitching him away, not allowing Cole at the very least to hit a ground ball to the right side of the infield to advance. Iannetta staying away.
3-1 pitch. Lays off and it's ball 4. So 2 men on with nobody out for Trout. Second walk for Happ.
Again, that's a product of almost trying to be too perfect on the outer part of the plate. Ends up walking Calhoun to allow Mike Trout to come up now with first and second and no outs.
Trout 0 for 2. A bouncer back to the mound and a ground ball to short. Picked up the RBI though. His 64th of the year. Takes a strike. Trout 5th in the American League in batting average, or pardon me, in the runs batted in. 7th at batting average.
Boy, his sequence so far, when he's throwing that cut fastball, bringing around from the outside part of the plate to the middle, he follows up with a fastball in the very next pitch. Did it to Pujols.
I believe he did it to C.J. Cron as well. Got him in jammed enough to hit that fly ball to center.
Yeah, you look for patterns.
This one way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was the pitch that, not that far off the plate, but that got Trout to hit the bouncer back to the mound his first time up. One down. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Good patience so far for Trout.
Toronto with 4 hits, the Angels with 5. Halo so far 0 for 4 with men in scoring position tonight. Iannetta at second, Calhoun at first. 2-2.
A little off-speed pitch from Happ in a fastball count.
Pujols on deck. Big lead for Arnett at second. Jammed it.
We're going trying to go back upstairs with a fastball after change up the pitch before. And Happ's had a firm fastball. 94, even touched 95.
Much different start than his first two in his career against the Angels. Two again upstairs. Full count. Pujols on deck. Sixth full count for J. Happ. Still has managed his 5 hits, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, and leads it 2-1. 81 pitches thrown by the lefty.
The 2 options for Happ is come back with a changeup or try to go back upstairs with a fastball again.
Now the payoff, and he walked him. They're loaded up for Pujols. Back-to-back walks for Happ. Nobody out. He'll get a visit.
Pete Walker, pitching coach. Remember yesterday with the bases loaded, Albert Pujols had his first hit with the bases loaded. Single into left field, driving in 2.
Toronto starts to get action in their bullpen now. Chad Jenkins, first man up. So no place to put him as Pujols steps to the plate. Albert, a fly ball to left and a ground ball to second. Big hole on the right side of the infield. Kawasaki shading him almost up the middle. He's the second baseman. Off the plate.
Always important to be patient as a hitter. First pitch with the bases loaded, you're at the advantage as a hitter. You're going to get a fastball most times, but you're looking for a pitch you can drive. If it's not in your spot, you let it go. Now you're even a better count.
Well, you got a guy on the ropes here, potentially back-to-back walks. Now falls behind here at 2-0.
Well, you center a spot. Pujols has been successful throughout his career with the base loaded. 12 career grand slams. You look for a zone.
Yeah, 1 pitch, 1 spot, right?
Yep.
Pull the trigger if you get it. 2-0. 3-0, and that pitch has not been called a strike all night long. Randazzo established that early.
And that's a strike. But it's that borderline pitch in the lower part of the strike zone, but has not been called. Umpires have their zones they call.
Hamilton on deck.
And Albert, no question, green light. Again, you look for a zone.
Now the 3-0 pitch. And he may have chased ball 4. It's 3-1 as this one's fouled off to the right. That ball off the plate. Arnett at third. Calhoun at second. And Trout at first. Great speed on the back end of that triumvirate on the bases. Here's a 3-1. Off speed. A little flare out to shallow right center field. That's going to be a tough play. That's going to get down for a base hit. It'll bring in 1. And we are tied up at 2.
Again, not perfect for Albert, but the reality is you get the job done, a base hit, because of respecting the power that Albert can drive the other way. And he's talking to Alfredo. He was looking to drive the ball to right center field, but this got under it enough to keep it in the yard, but that was a pitch he felt comfortable driving. Gets the job done with a base hit, though.
And Rasmus plays such a deep center field. He was nowhere in the picture.
Yeah, Rasmus is almost playing on the warning track. We saw that with Trout. He's playing there exactly the same position with Pujols. And the only player who could make a play was Kawasaki to be able to go back on it. He tried.
Albert, his 58th run batted in, still loaded, nobody out. Here's Hamilton. He takes low. Josh 0 for 2. A fly ball to left and a strikeout. Went down looking on a 3-2 fastball.
And Albert time up. Finally getting better, more consistent. 355 with runners in scoring position of late. Very, very good as far as Albert Pujols and what he's meant to this offense.
1-0 pitch. Hamilton skies one. Left center field. Not very deep. Rasmus is there. Calhoun tags. He's coming home. The throw to the plate, not in time. And there's a sac fly for Josh Hamilton. The Angels take a 3-2 lead.
When I was talking to Dino Ebel today about outfield arm strength for the Jays, Melky Cabrera used to have a very good throwing arm, but his legs have been not behind him of late. And then Rasmus, the same thing. He didn't get himself in real good throwing position. He caught that ball on the glove side. If he catches it on the throwing side of his body, he's got a better chance of making a more consistent, harder throw. And I like what Gary DiSarcina did. Challenge it because he didn't catch it right.
Almost looked flat-footed, too. Not behind the baseball.
Boy, he had plenty of time to get around and get in great throwing position, but did not do so.
Here's Howie Kendrick. 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Last 7 games for Kendrick, 13 for 24. Trout at second, Pujols at first, 1 out. Well, the Angels in this bottom of the 5th inning, very good hitters counts throughout.
Well, we talked about the patience of late by the hitters. And that's what Don Baylor preaches. Patience and get himself in good hitting counts.
3-0. Jenkins, the reliever, is ready to go in the bullpen for John Gibbons.
Between Dave Hansen and Don Baylor and Paul Sorrento when he was here earlier, it's all about putting yourself in a situation where you can gear and look for a fastball and then use the middle of the field.
3-0 now. There's a strike. Like something popped into the eyeball of Deanna Navarro on that last pitch.
Potentially the last batter of the game for Happ here. How he can do some damage.
Could be doing the Angels a favor to turn Eyeball around from the left side. 3-1 now. Kendrick fouls it back. Good hack. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
3-2 count with 1 out. You might see the runners going here.
Runners go. 3-2, fouled back. Looked like Navarro wanted to throw down to third.
Yeah, your best shot would be is throwing to second, because as a trail runner you have to make sure the runner at second is going, so you're not going to get quite the jump you would like.
Bautista playing behind Pujols at first, so Albert able to take a bigger lead. They go again. 3-2, fouled back again.
Another really good swing by Howie. Already 2 base hits in the game.
.27 pitches thrown by Happ so far this inning. He's at 96 in the ballgame. 2 strikeouts, 3 walks overall, 2 of which have come here in the 5th. 3-2 Angels. Again they take off, and this one's down the line but foul, tailing toward the seats.
Trout and Pujols are getting their wind sprints in.
Long look in for Happ. What if Navarro was trying to talk him into a changeup?
I thought the same thing. He's thrown a lot of firm fastballs, and how he's been on all of them. But do you have a feel after all those pitches to throw something off speed and get it anywhere near the strike zone? That's a difficult thing to do. And that's going to be the conversation.
And the feel hasn't necessarily been there in this inning.
So if you're Howie, you just think in terms of a fastball. More than likely, if he does throw something off speed, it's not going to be in the strike zone. Then you take the walk and let Eric Aybar come up with the bases loaded.
Happ ready again. Runners take off again. 3-2. Back up the middle, a base hit. Trout will come in to score easily. Albert on his way to third. 4-2 Angels. Kendrick with a 3-hit game.
Well, you're talking about swinging the bat well here at the Big A. Howie, once again, another hit, 3-hit performance. Well, he got a fastball. It was down, and he went right back up the middle. He had a lot of good swings against Happ that entire at bat, and rewarded with an RBI single.
9-pitch at bat. Kendrick picks up his 40th run batted in. John Gibbons with the slow walk out to the mound, and Jay Happ is done here in this ball game with 1 out of the 5th. The pitching change. The Angels on top 4-2. Mercury Insurance. Get a pass-free quote at mercuryinsurance.com and see how much you can save. And by Hyundai. The countdown to savings is on now at Hyundai's 4th of July sales event. Visit buyhyundai.com today. 3 runs in for the Angels here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jay Happ is done as he allowed 7 hits. There is 4 and a third. New pitcher on a relief now. It is the man, the name of Chad Jenkins.
Jenkins fastballs 89-94, slider, changeup.
Eric Aybar will spin around to hit from the left side. Runners at first and third. Jenkins pitching in his 14th game, 0-1 record, a 4.15 ERA. 17 hits in those 17 in the third innings. 8 strikeouts, 4 walks for Jenkins in the big leagues this year. Ibar 0 for 2 tonight. Swings at the first one, lines one to left center, a base hit. Pujols will come in to score. Howie on his way to third. Ibar is going to try for a double, and he is in there safely.
As usual, great base running for Eric Ibar, realizing that throw is going to come into the shortstop. Turns the bag well, turns it into a double. Looks like you're going to walk potentially C.J. Cron. Or David Freese, I should say. Boy, good pitch. Away, went with it. Eric Ibar once again an RBI.
44th RBI of the year for Eric Ibar. Picks up his 22nd double.
Boy, this is a great read and a slide in there for that double. 31st extra base hit this season for Eric Ibar.
5-2 Angels. Infield in. David Freese at the plate. He's 0 for 1. A fly to right and a walk. Swings at the first one. Skies went down the right field line. Reimold giving chase, but runs out of room. And it's 0-1.
Well, initially looked at John Gibbons was thinking about walking David Freese and decided to bring the infield in. Freese has been very good as far as driving the ball well to center, to right center field, and that's what he's looking for here to bring home Howie at the very least.
Kendrick at third, Ibar at second. Breaking ball missing away. Evans up to count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Jenkins, a first round pick, 20th overall selection in 2009 by Toronto and at Kennesaw State University. Slider on the corner, 1-2. Jenkins has pitched in the big leagues a couple of times over the last couple of seasons. 13 games in 2012, 10 games last year, 6 total starts. There's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball got him looking. On the outside corner, 2 down. Up to C.J. Cron. Tonight's broadcast is on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces serving in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea. They're watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan. We thank you for your continued service, and we welcome you to our broadcast tonight. 5-2 Angels, 2 outs now, second and third. And Cron, the DH, up. 9th man to bat here in this 5th inning. He takes a strike on the inside corner, little backup breaking ball.
Yeah, that was a mistake slider by Jenkins. Got around it. It freezes a hitter, especially when it starts off the inside corner and then comes back and catches the corner.
Sinking fastball. Evens up to count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Cron 0 for 2. A couple of fly ball outs. 1 to right, 1 to shallow center. One pitch on the corner. 1-2. A 4-run 5th inning, looking for more. The Angels now have an inning of 3 or more runs in 13 of the last 19 games.
Extremely impressive.
Going back outside, little chopper towards short. Reyes comes in, fields it clearly, and the inning is over. But the Halos send 9 men to the plate, score 4 times. We've played 5 here at the Big A. It's 5-2 Angels.
by pitch. Happ going Howie with a fastball away. Fastball in. Fastball down and in again. Third fastball to the at bat. Fourth fastball. This one away, catching the outside corner. And then fastball fouled off by Howie. Pretty good pitch. Fastball away. Again to Howie. Fastball, same location. Howie starting to time the fastball, getting better swings at it. And then finally a fastball that was down middle of the plate. And Howie faced it up the middle. All fastballs by Happ against Kendrick. Eventually Howie wins the battle. His third hit of the game, an RBI single there.
Matt Shoemaker back to work. He'll face 2, 3, and 4 for Toronto here in the 6th inning. Shoemaker so far 3 innings of relief, 2 runs on 4 hits. Kawasaki has one of those hits. He's 1 for 2. Off speed pitch down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jared Weaver got the start tonight. Faced 6 batters, retired all 6. Came out at the top of the 3rd through 2 warm-up pitches. That had to be removed from the game with lower back tightness. Kawasaki tries to bunt his way on, fouls it back.
One of the most difficult things is you're trying to drag bunt. You get an off-speed pitch. He's going down the line anticipating a fastball. A split finger fastball. Couldn't stay back long enough to put it in play.
One, 2. This one flared down the left field line, tailing away from Hamilton, and it is a foul ball. Kawasaki back to the batter's box area. Another 1-2. Called strike 3. Got him looking. 1 down.
It's a great pitch by Shoemaker. Spotted the 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Some off-speed pitches. Runs it back. Catches the corner.
Melky Cabrera, the left fielder, up. Singled in the 4th inning. 1 for 2 on the night. At the 55th pitch thrown by Shoemaker so far. Got the start Thursday against Houston. 3 days of rest. Forced into action tonight. This one line to left center, a base hit. Hamilton over to try to cut it off. Does so. Cabrera will stop at first.
Well played by Hamilton. Keeps a double play in order. You know, keep in mind for Shoemaker threw 103 pitches those few days ago. Basically going the old school four-man rotation. 3 days in between starts. Joe Thatcher getting up now. Might see him come in to face Adam Lynn.
Dangerous hitter here in Jose Bautista. 0 for 1, a strikeout in the 2nd, a sac fly in the 4th. It's more of a sac line out to Josh Hamilton in the 4th.
We almost got him.
Yeah.
That was a real close play. Shoemaker, a very quick move. Great footwork. Shortens up the throw. And very close. That's not the area you want to throw a breaking ball to Bautista. You want to try to keep the ball down, go away whether breaking ball or fastball, because he will roll into a potential double play. 12 times he's done that this season, but not anything on the inner half that you want to challenge him with.
Oh, 2 count. RBI for Bautista in the 4th inning, his 52nd of the year. A little bit bigger lead for Cabrera at first base. 0-2 now. Check swing did not go. Clearly see not a 100% healthy Jose Bautista.
Yeah, he seems to be more in the mode of trying to pull everything. Early in the season, remember we saw him in Toronto. He was hitting the ball really well to center, to the right center field.
Product perhaps of the nagging little hamstring issue that's bothering him in the right leg, the back leg for him. Very dangerous hitter still, regardless. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Joe Thatcher just about ready to go on the bullpen. Adam Lynn, the DH, on deck, left-handed batter. Two now. This one's out to right. Well, Calhoun back a couple of steps. And even on that swing there, you could just tell it's more of a defensive swing. You see him kind of.
He did it with his all arms.
Yeah.
That's how strong he is. At the ball to the warning track the other way without any lower body strength for him.
Second out. Mike Scioscia coming out with a left hand hitting Adam Lynn.
What a job by Matt Shoemaker.
Yep. We'll have ourselves a pitching change here. So Matt Shoemaker departs after 3 2/3, and he departs with the lead.
SoCal Land Rover game summary. Jared Weaver, who threw the ball very well the first 2 innings, just had to warm up in the third, and I lead with lower back stiffness. Matt Shoemaker pressed into action, threw the ball very well. Albert Pujols with the bases loaded, the single driving in Chris Iannetta. Then eventually Howie with a great at bat, base hit up the middle against Jay Happ, driving in a run. Howie Kendrick continues to swing the bat well here at home, but what a job by Matt Shoemaker, pressed into pitching in this game, not even having any idea about coming in this game. Solid for 3 2/3.
There's Joe Thatcher trying to get the third out, facing the left hand hitting Adam Lynn. Melky Cabrera standing at first. Thatcher, his Angels debut yesterday, allowed a hit on 1 pitch. Lynn looks at a strike. Lynn so far 0 for 2. Bouncer back to the mound, and a fly ball to right. Lynn against left-handed pitching this year, 2 for 28. Matter of fact, he's been a platoon player. Does not get to start often with the left-hander on the mound. 0-1. A little bit high.
Well, he's a left-handed batter. To be able to stay in there against Thatcher, he throws across his body, closes his delivery. Very difficult to read. And a very good slider to go along with a fastball.
Thatcher, Tony Campana, the outfielder, both acquired from the Arizona Diamondbacks for a couple of minor leaguers on Saturday morning. Hector Santiago has been added to the Angels bullpen. Matt Shoemaker will remain in the rotation, although that might change around this week because of the emergency 3 2/3. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Well, the motion for Thatcher against a left-handed batter. Hides the ball well and then throws across his body, creating some very difficult deception for a left-handed batter to read the baseball out of his hand.
2-1, sliced foul.
Hence you have swings like that. You're late on an 88-mile-an-hour fastball because you're not reading it until the last second. When Lynn has had his struggles against lefties, batting average .071. He's 2 for 28.
Two now. Slider driven out to center. Trout moving back on it is there. Now we'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Angels leading at 5-2.
By Ram trucks. Chris Iannetta at first base with Cole Calhoun at the plate. Bautista holding on Iannetta, and the ground ball that gets over Bautista's head. And Iannetta, not knowing exactly where it is, did the right thing as he gets to second base. That ball down the line. He's looking for Gary DiSarcina, the third base coach, to pick him up, and then he's able to get to third base as Cole Calhoun picks up a double. Well done by Iannetta when he couldn't find the ball initially, picked up his third base coach and advances to third.
5-2 Angels here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 9-1-2 for the Halos. Iannetta, Calhoun, and Trout, same guys that led off the 5th inning. Angels batting around in that 5th inning against Jay Happ. Sinkers down low. Chad Jenkins faced 3 batters in that 5th inning, gave up an RBI double to Ibar, then struck out Freeze and got Cron to ground out to end the inning. Iannetta 2 for 2 tonight with a single and a double. Double high off the wall in right center field. 11th of the year. Slider. They want an appeal. He did not go. David Rackley at first. Happ tonight 5 innings. Pardon me. 5 runs in 4 1/3 innings. 7 hits, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks. Tapper foul. chopper foul. Just in front of Gary DiSarcina. The sinker slider guys, Chad Jenkins.
Yeah, from that arm angle, very difficult to be able to even throw a curveball, so it's always going to be a slider.
This one's pulled down the left field line, but hooking foul just out in front of it.
Boy, Howie with 3 hits today, 2 singles and a double. Chris Iannetta, 2 hits already, a single and a double, 2 runs scored.
And he got him swinging on the breaking ball. There's out number 1.
Monday key to this game. Weaver starting the game. Dream on. Continue to play exceptional baseball at home. The offense has picked up Weave since departing after that lower back strain and after 2 solid innings. Matt Shoemaker came in, threw the ball well. And Thatcher finished off the inning, but the offense, including this man right here, another solid game, a double and a walk.
Cole Calhoun tonight 1 for 2, a double and a walk. Makes a breaking ball for a strike. Two runs, 5 hits, 3 left on for Toronto. 5 runs, 8 hits, 6 left on for the Angels. Double for Cole, 13th of the year. He drives this one out to left center field. That ball's hit well. Malcolm Cabrera trying to chase it down. Reaches up, makes the catch on the warning track. That is out number 2.
Well, that's a well hit baseball by Calhoun. There's nothing you can do. You just keep that same swing going. Credit Cabrera to be able to cut that angle off and make a good play on a well hit ball by Calhoun.
So 2 outs, nobody on. Just the second time tonight that the Angels had their first 2 batters to start an inning retired. The other time, the first inning went half. Set the Angels down in order. Trout tonight 0 for 2. Twice has grounded out. And he has walked. He's also picked up an RBI and scored a run. Caught the inside corner to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Matt Shoemaker 3 2/3, 5 hits, including the home run. 2 strikeouts, 2 runs, both earned. That one's outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. And when you get a game in which you started does not last the requisite 5. And at the time, it was a scoreless game. It's up to the official score's discretion to award a victory, but the solid 3 2/3. Should the score hold, you figure Shoemaker will get that W.
Yeah, you would think so. That was a solid effort by Matt tonight. Again, he's sitting in that dugout before the game. Even had a conversation just before batting practice, mentally preparing himself for that next start. Next thing you know, you're rooting for your teammate. Weaver was throwing the ball very well the first 2 innings. Next thing you know, your manager says, "Hey, can you pitch?" And he comes in and does a solid job.
Cal remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes. You said it when he came in. You're looking at it as an opportunity. Hey, just give the team some innings, a chance for a W. That's exactly what he did.
And whenever you have that chance, that's what you want.
Full count now with Pujols on deck.
I'll tell you what, you've earned a lot of respect from your teammates also. Going out there on short notice like that and competing so well against this Blue Jay team.
3-2, ground ball toward the hole. Reyes has to hurry. The throw pulls Bautista off the bag. See if Reyes gets charged with his 12th error.
And because Trout was jammed, that gave Reyes a chance at least to be able to make the play, but then pulls Bautista off the base. very difficult to get out of the batter's box when you get jammed like that. Even though Trout has that great speed, difficult that first step or two getting out of the batter's box.
It is an error on Reyes, his 12th of the year. Give Pujols an opportunity to bat here. Albert 1 for 3, an RBI single and a run scored to the 5th. 58 runs batted in now for Albert. First strike. Albert now 1,556 runs batted in his career. 41st all time by himself, snapping the tie. Was tied with Willie McCovey. Next up, Jake Beckley, 40th all time. Oh, 2. Slider. Down and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jason Grillig getting ready for the Angels. Toronto in the 7th will have Navarro, Rasmus, and Reimel due up.
It's a pretty good side lead by Trout at first.
2-2. Breaking pitch looped out to right center field and falls in for a hit. Almost the same exact spot as the last one as Trout ends up at third.
And Rasmus continues to play extremely deep in center.
They ran that fastball in on the hands.
Boy, just enough with a bat to be able to flare that into center field again. That's 2 hits in front of Rasmus in center field. Trout flying around goes first to third.
And with Josh Hamilton coming up, John Gibbons has gone to the bullpen. A pitching change here in the 6th inning with the Angels up 5-2. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning with 2 outs. Jenkins is done after an inning and a third. Hey, now it's time for the AT&T fan photo of the game. Remember to tweet your photos using hashtag WestFanPhoto, and your photo could be shown in an upcoming game broadcast. Seth, we appreciate the picture. Oh, it's the moped that they use out in the parking lot.
Yes.
Nice. Parking attendants out there. Although I don't see the parking attendant.
No.
He might be the one taking the picture.
Yeah.
Hey, can we borrow your
Hey,
moped?
come back, come back.
Joyride. Sergio Sanchez comes into the ballgame. 23rd game for him in the big leagues this year. 0-2 record, a 7.36 ERA with 5 saves. Might be wondering with a left-handed batter, why would you bring another righty? But his splits are ridiculous against lefties.
Yeah, 220 batting average against lefties compared to a 387 batting average against right-handed batters.
Hamilton swinging first pitch.
That's part of the reason his hard slider, his fastball firm 92-97, and a good changeup.
Oh, 1 down to the dirt. Nice block by Navarro. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hamilton 0 for 2. A fly ball to left, a strikeout, and a sac fly to center field. That was in the 5th inning, picking up his 22nd run batted in.
That hard slider, Navarro's going to have to block that pitch in the third. He has 3 wild pitches, Santos has this season, in just 18 and a third innings pitched.
1-2. Trout standing at third, Pujols at first. I'd be surprised if he saw another one of those. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
4 already in this at bat.
Navarro sets up outside now. And it's a fastball missing down and away. Full count. Kendrick on deck. Pujols will be on the move. With 2 outs on a full count. Angels started the night 0 for 4 with men in scoring position. Are now 3 for 9. Albert goes to 3-2. And he walked him. And fortunately for Santos and the Blue Jays, Navarro blocked that ball.
He had to do some serious blocking of pitches in the dirt in that whole sequence against Hamilton.
Overthrown slider.
Well, that was well out in front of the plate, and that's not easy, especially with the rotation and spin of the baseball and a slider in the dirt.
And now Howie will bat with the bases loaded. 3 for 3 tonight. 2 singles, a double, and an RBI. Oh, and 1. Howie at the start of the day hitting .295 with men in scoring position. Breaking ball, cut on and missed. 0-2.
See if that batting average against Santos from a right-handed batter continues in that direction. Making mistakes, 387, but so far in the sequence against Howie, though, some pretty good pitches.
Yeah, be on your toes if you're Mike Trout over at third base with 2 outs and an 0-2 count here on Howie. This one dribbled up the third base line, foul. Out of the cell phone flashlights and lights being lit up here. Actually looks pretty cool here in the stadium. 0-2 again. Watch out. Fastball sailing over the head of Howie. And how Navarro caught that is beyond me.
Yeah, he's looking away. And that's right over the helmet of Howie. The only way he was able to make the play because he was anticipating something up. Setting the target high and over the head of Howie.
Ground ball to short. Reyes has it. Flip to second. They force out Hamilton. And we've played 6 here at the Big A, and the Angels maintaining a 5-2 lead.
In the top of the 7th, and now it's time for the Cardinals Jr. Sports Update. Giants and A's battle by the Bay. The A's lead the Giants, a reunion of 1989 World Series. A's lead that one 3-1 over the Giants, and Adam Wainwright goes for an even 12 wins. He threw the ball very well, 7 shutout innings, but did not get the victory. St. Louis won late against Pittsburgh. Wainwright's ERA this season 1.79.
He's pretty good. Down at Navarro to lead things off here in the 7th. Joe Thatcher still in the game. Spins around Navarro to hit from the right side. Thatcher delivers a strike. Navarro, Rasmussen, Reimold here in the 7th inning. Grilli is ready to go in the bullpen. Navarro from the right side of the plate this year, 213 average compared to the 279 from the left. Deanna 0 for 2 tonight. Way upstairs. One ball, 2 strikes now on down at Navarro. Two balls, 2 strikes. Thatcher, 32 years of age. Born in Indianapolis, Indiana, but went to Kokomo High School in Kokomo, Indiana. Aruba.
I was going to say, isn't that a Beach Boy song?
Yeah, it is. Ooh, I want to take it.
I'm glad to hear you're singing that, not me.
I don't know if I classify that as singing.
Did John Stamos play drums for the Beach Boys on that one?
2-2. Full count. Thatcher with Arizona this year, 37 games. 1-0 record at 2.63 ERA. Figure this would be just a one batter situation. Fouled back.
Well played in the stands. Using two hands. Gets that pop up.
Darren Mastriani has come out to the on deck circle. This one's fouled back. There's still the full count. Rasmus is a scheduled batter. Ground ball to the right side. Pujols way out there, so it's going to be a foot race between Thatcher and Navarro. Thatcher wins it.
It looks
and
like
Navarro comes up limping.
Yeah, he landed on that base awkwardly. Perfect feed by Howie, though.
They might tell guys to hang on a bit if they take a look at it, but here's the replay.
Foot on the base, no question. He stepped on Thatcher's foot and then turned his ankle.
So Mastriani is going to come out and be announced as a pinch hitter. That means Mike Scioscia is going to go to the bullpen. So Thatcher's night is over. Faces two batters and retires both of them. Navarro appears to be all right. We have ourselves a pitching change here in the seventh. The Angels on top by the score 5-2. Jason Grilli on in relief here. John Gibbons is set down, right-hand hitting Darren Mastriani to bat for Colby Rasmus. Grilli now pitching in his sixth game with the Angels. 0-1 record. 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Mastriani with Toronto now playing in his 8th game. First one's down and in. Blue Jays claiming Mastriani from the Minnesota Twins back in April. Originally a Blue Jays draft pick, 16th round back in 07. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Like really has a very good fastball. He spots it inside, especially when he runs a 2-seamer down, 4-seamer away. 91, 95, very good slider also.
2 balls, 1 strike. Big swing and a miss. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nolan Reibold on deck. Just got a piece of it. Breaking ball. Well, when healthy, obviously this lineup for Toronto could put up a lot of runs. We've seen it already this year. Mentioned 114 home runs on the year. 407 runs. That puts him 3rd, just behind the Angels in runs scored. But if they suffer any type of injuries, they've really struggled as far as position player depth in the minor leagues.
That's a good pitch.
Wow. Really wanted that one. Full count.
We talked about this the entire game. This low strike has not been called, and that definitely hits the lower part of the strike zone. You can't throw a pitch any better than that.
Payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Got him on the outside corner. 2 down.
Well, after hitting the outside part of the plate at the bottom part of the strike zone, runs this one just touching the outside corner, but well thrown by Grilly.
Nolan Reibold at the plate, the right fielder tonight. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. Reibold 0 for 2 with a ground down and a pop-up. Oakland leading San Francisco 4-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Seattle defeating Minnesota 2-0. Iwakuma got the start in that one. Texas beaten by the Astros 12-7. That one in Arlington. Kansas City shut out Tampa. New York over Cleveland, and the White Sox won today.
Boy, Boston continues to struggle in last place in the AL East. 10 games out now. The defending world champs. Always difficult to have a solid season, especially when everyone played so well last year for them in that magical run to win the World Series.
Baltimore beat the Nationals, so they are now 49-40, sitting atop the American League East. Toronto's 2nd. New York 3rd upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That Baltimore-Washington game, they were tied at 2. Baltimore ended up winning at 8-2 in extra innings.
One-two pitch. This one's fouled back and out of play. Or is it? No, It isn't. I thought it was over the net. Chris Iannetta hanging with it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning, 7th inning stretch time. The Angels on top 5-2. a 5-2. Folks, you have the final say for the American League All-Star. Go to Angels.com and cast your 2014 All-Star Game final vote. It's at Garrett Richards to the All-Star Game in Minnesota. Voting ends at 1 p.m. on Thursday. You can vote an unlimited amount of times online. You can text your vote, but of course, those rates do apply to the text message. You can text unlimited amount of times as well. And then, of course, the hashtag VoteGRich on Thursday. Send those tweets on Thursday. That's when they will count. They're at the bottom of the 7th. Angels with a 5-2 lead. Todd Redmond comes into the ball game, the right-hander. Takes over for Sergio Santos. Ibar swings through the first one. Santos ended up going 1/3 of an inning and issued a walk.
Richmond fastballs 88 to 93. Slider, solid changeup.
This one fouled and out of play. Redmond this year 0-4, a 2.91 ERA in 21 games. 46 hits and 43 1/3. 29 years of age, native of St. Petersburg, Florida. Ivar skies one to shallow center. Kawasaki going out. Calls for it, makes the catch. Out at shallow center. Mastriani just a spectator out there. One out.
Kawasaki just kept drifting back, waiting to be called off. And then had to make a nice play on that pop-up.
One out, nobody on for David Freese. He's 0 for 2, a fly to right, a walk and a strikeout. In there for a strike. Redmond, a 39th round pick back in 04 by the Pittsburgh Pirates. I see stories like that, guys out of a community college, St. Petersburg Community College, a 39th round pick. Odds are against you, especially as a right-hander. Foul ball back.
Persevered.
Yeah.
Been pretty solid.
17 games last year, 14 starts for Toronto. First taste of big league life with Cincinnati, just one game in 2012. One and two. TJ Crone on deck. The Angels have action in their bullpen as Kevin Jepson's getting ready for the 8th. There's Kevin. Angels having to piece this game together with Jared Weaver coming out after 2 innings. Lower back stiffness. That's Shoemaker, 3 2/3, gave up 2 runs. Thatcher, 2/3 scoreless. Grilly now 2/3 scoreless. Two. Freese fouls it off to the right.
Tyler Skaggs on the mound tomorrow against R.A. Dickey. You look for Tyler Skaggs. This is one of those opportunities where you know that the Mariners going to give you an opportunity to go deeper in the game, work the pitch count, especially with the bullpen being used as much as it has been and will continue to do so tonight.
This one foul off to the right again. Yeah, the Angels with a couple of lefties. The final 2 games of this series, Skaggs and Wilson. Tomorrow night, 7:05. Wednesday at 12:35 start. This is a Blue Jays team that, as we pointed out earlier, has really struggled offensively against left-handed pitching.
Boy, and Skaggs threw the ball so well his last time out. 87 pitches, 70 strikes.
That's a called strike 3, 2 down.
That's the second time in the game Freese has been rung up on a fastball away. See if this one catches the corner or not. Right on that border of the outside part of the plate, though, as a hitter, though, Very difficult to make contact, but you're going to try to foul that one off. It's a pitcher's pitch.
So 2 outs for C.J. Cron, who's 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of fly ball outs and a ground out. Game in Oakland now at 5-0. Athletics, top of the 8th. This one out to right. Reimold is there. The Angels go down in order here, the 7th. We head to the 8th. Kevin Jepsen coming on to face 9-1-2, and the Angels leading at 5-2. Takes the field in his last All-Star game ever. Special coverage begins at 4:30 Eastern Time, 1:30 Pacific on Fox Sports 1, followed by the 2014 All-Star game at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, open on Fox.
What a great venue there in Minneapolis at Target Field. Outstanding talent, including Mike Trout, starting center fielder for the American League.
John McDonald in at third base for David Freese defensively. And Kevin Jepsen takes over on the mound here to start the 8th, with the Angels leading at 5-2. Juan Francisco, Jose Reyes, and Munenori Kawasaki, the scheduled 3 batters to face Jepsen, who's now pitching in his 42nd game. No record at 2.31 ERA.
27 strikeouts in his last 23 2/3 innings pitched for Jepsen. His fastball has been excellent, 94 to 98. Slider, very good. Changeup. That pitch is developing into a very good pitch, especially left-handed batters.
Juan Francisco 2 for 2 tonight with a single and a home run. Francisco with 2 of the 5 hits for the Blue Jays. Oh, and 1. The Angels struck for a run at the 3rd inning on the ground out by Trout. Toronto tied it in the 4th, sac fly by Bautista, and then took a 2-1 lead on the home run by Francisco in the 5th. But then the Angels scored 4 times in the bottom of the 5th inning. That's where we've remained since. It's down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jepsen, the 4th reliever used by Mike Scioscia, with reliever coming out of the game after 2 innings. Shoemaker, Thatcher, Grilly, now Kevin. 1-1. Helped out Jepsen there, fouling that one back.
And that was his changeup. And what if he comes back with that hard slider down and in? It's been a very effective pitch for him against left-handed batters.
There it is. One down.
Boy, under control now with his slider. You can see the grip for his slider, the rotation of the seams of a good hard slider, and not overthrown, staying with his mechanics and getting a swing and miss for Kevin Jepson.
Leadoff man retired. Here's Jose Reyes. The shortstop. 3 fly ball outs tonight. 0 for 3. Ground ball back up the middle off of Jepson to Ibar, and they're not going to get the Speedy Reyes. Infield base hit.
Ball hit well by Reyes back up the middle. Jepson in good fielding position, just off the glove. And Ibar, even with his skills, unable to come in and make a play, even if he fields that with the bare hand, not with Reyes running down the line. Trying to move the body and use the glove, just off the glove of Jepson. And you're dealing with that speed of Reyes at first 17 stolen bases in 18 attempts.
Kawasaki, the second baseman at the plate, takes a strike. Kawasaki tonight 1 for 3. It's single with a run scored in the 4th.
Well, that's another good changeup from Jepson.
It's like Reyes over at first base keeps tugging on that left hamstring. Oh, 2. Chopper foul on the first base side. $38,189 tonight here at the Big A. Another great crowd here at home. One and 2.
Well, just out of the strike zone, try to ride a high fastball at 97. Good miss though by Jepson.
One, 2 now. Check swing. Nice block by Chris Iannetta. Two balls, 2 strikes. This game and the one up at the Coliseum in Oakland. Only 2 games that are still ongoing. Everything else final. Little flinch there too by Tony Randazzo.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to ring him up.
Full count.
It looked like it was just out of the strikes, a little too high. He thought about it, realized that ball was out of the strike zone.
Melky Cabrera on deck. Reyes takes off the 3-2. Chopper to short. 2 down. So Reyes ends up at second base. 2 outs now for Cabrera, the left fielder. Cabrera tonight 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and a fly ball to center. Angels in the bottom of the 8th inning have Iannetta, Calhoun, and Trout due up. Nobody warming up for Toronto, so Redmond will be coming back out. One ball, no strikes. Halos looking for the 11th consecutive home victory. One. Doesn't look like Cabrera agrees with Tony Randazzo. The 10 straight victories at home, longest home win streak since April 7th through May 5th, 1996. If they get to 11 tonight, it'll be the longest since they established the club record of 12 consecutive home victories back in 1967. 1-1. Held back. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Amazing the turnaround from the beginning of the season at home for Mike Scioscia's club.
One-two pitch. Breaking ball. Old foul.
A good slider again from Jepson. He's all 3 of his pitches in this inning so far. He's thrown 16 pitches, 11 strikes.
Angels have struggled out of the road of late. 6-12 in the last 18 road games, but 16-1 over their last 17 home games. They've got 2 more here at home, then 4 on the road. And then after the All-Star break, they're home for a little while. 1-2 again. Off speed. Well, that's a pretty good changeup.
Again, this touching the outside part of the plate, not getting any borderline pitches. And that's getting the outside corner.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And now Toronto starts to get action in their pen. 2 outs, man at second. Chopper to short. High bar. Oh, that ball was skipped right by him.
That's a great play. That on that ground hit the grass and dirt at the same time and stayed low. Great recovery by Ibar once again.
Halos up 5-2. Redmond still in the ball game after retiring the side in order in the 7th. Idetta, Calhoun, and Trout. Chris tonight 2 for 3, a single, a double, and a strikeout.
A tough arm angle that Richmond throws. Drops his elbow down. Good running action on his fastball.
This one off the end of the bat and into center field. 3-hit game for Chris Iannetta. Stick around after the last out. Angels Live postgame presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Patrick O'Neill, Jose Mota, Tim Salmon breaking it all down. Alex Curry as well.
Full house.
It is a full house. You're talking about the arm angle of Redmond. Kind of reminds me of Chad Godin a little bit.
And it creates a good lateral movement, and it also it's a good angle to throw a slider from a lot.
Breaking ball for a strike. Calhoun tonight 1 for 3, doubled into third. Drove one out to deep left center field that was tracked down by Cabrera in the 6th, and he's also walked and scored a run. Jay Happ got the start for Toronto. 5 runs, 4 in the 3rd inning, 7 hits, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks. Popped up. Backpedaling out as Juan Francisco. 1 away.
Got him out on a changeup.
Pitcher of record for the Angels more than likely be Matt Shoemaker. 2 runs on 5 hits, including the home run to Francisco. 3 2/3 innings of relief. See if Mike Scioscia adjusts the rotation in Texas. Shoemaker was scheduled to get that start Thursday. Pardon me. Thursday in Texas.
And more likely you might see Hector Santiago get in that spot.
Trout hitless tonight, 0 for 3. Has a walk and an RBI. Being told that Shoemaker is the pitcher of record for the Angels. Joe Smith getting ready for the 9th. Bautista, Lind, and Navarro for Toronto due up. Foul tipped. 1-2. Fun thing to watch, especially of late for the Angels here at home. It hasn't just been one guy that has said, hey, jump on my shoulders. I'm going to carry us for a while. It's been an entire group effort. Earlier on in the year was the young guys. Grant Greens, the effort Navarro, C.J. Cron when he first got here. Now it's been kind of a passing of the baton. Chris Iannetta had 3 hits. Howie Kendricks had a couple of multi-hit games. Cole Calhoun.
It's been an amazing balance, 1 through 9. And good situational hitting and producing with runners in scoring position.
Another 10 hits tonight for the Angels. And Trout goes down swinging for the 2nd out. And that fastball up and in. So Pujols will bat here with 2 outs and a man at first base. Albert 2 for 4 with a couple of singles and an RBI. Albert looks at a strike.
Well, Albert's starting to produce those RBIs also.
getting those key hits at the right time.
Albert pops it up. John Navarro, the catcher, gets rid of the mask, and that'll do it for the Angels. We head to the ninth here at the Big A, trying to make it 11 consecutive home victories. Joe Smith will be coming in to try to lock it down. Brought in Joe Smith, trying to close this one out. Joe's looking for his 11th save of the year. Joe will be the 5th reliever used in tonight's ball game. Bautista, Lind, and Navarro, the scheduled 3 batters for John Gibbons and the Toronto Blue Jays. Kevin Jepsen, a scoreless 8th inning. A strikeout and a hit allowed for Kevin. Joe so far this year has pitched the total of 39 games, 3-0 record, a 2.63 ERA with those 10 saves, 37 and 2/3 innings, 29 hits, 41 strikeouts, 9 walks.
"23 games now against Toronto for Joe Smith. Very solid ERA. 1.89 for his career.
Jose Bautista, the first baseman, 0 for 2. Had a sac fly in the 4th inning, picking up his 52nd run batted in. Good numbers in his career against Joe Smith. Little chopper to third. John McDonald gets rid of it quickly. 1 down.
Well, John McDonald gets a lot of action when Joe Smith is on the mound. Saw that on that last road trip to Chicago. That doubleheader that night. Right away, getting the ground ball action right here with Joe on the mound.
The other thing I like too is that Albert at first base stayed on the bag. You know, remember the first couple of years here, and I'm sure he did it in St. Louis as well. Throw comes in, kind of a catch and a walk off the bag, and now with instant replay.
No, you better stay there.
He made sure that he stayed there. Out was recorded before it came off that bag. Adam Lind takes down and in. It gets away from Iannetta.
And the throw over, keeping the foot on the base. And making sure the umpire sees that.
Yep. You don't want any hesitation. You don't want to give John Gibbons or the umpires any idea of maybe he did something wrong or reach back.
Yeah,
you know,
so
sometimes
often you'll see a guy throwing around the bases already because assuming he was going to be out, cheating a little bit, taking that foot off the base on a close play.
Over to the left side, McDonald cuts it off. 2 down.
And the Prime Minister there again.
So the Angels 1 out away from making it 11 consecutive home victories. Moving to 52-36 on the season.
Chance to be 22-3 in the last 25 games at home. Extremely impressive.
Down Navarro looks at a strike. Slider in there. 0-2. What's left of the 38,000 on their feet now. Sneak that fastball on the inside part of the plate.
Well, he almost touched that jersey, which would be hit by pitch. Very close. Well, then you think he's setting up that backdoor slider to finish off the Jays here.
One-two. Missed inside. Tyler Skaggs and R.A. Dickey tomorrow night at 7:05. The 2-2. Backdoor breaking ball missed away. Full count. Navarro 0 for 3 night. A fly ball and 2 groundouts. Here's the payoff. This one's line and right that baby up as John McDonald corrals it, and the Angels win game 1 by the final of 5-2.
Boy, what an impressive victory when you think about your ace leaving the game after 2 solid innings. Matt Shoemaker coming out of the right out of the bench and throwing 3 2/3 solid innings, and the bullpen does the rest. The offense, 5 runs, 10 hits. Now 22-3 last 25. When you think about it, started out at home 9-11. 23 victories here at home. This playing outstanding baseball. The best record at home in the major leagues.
The Halos picking up that 4-run 5th inning as they were down by the score of 2-1 at that point. End up hanging on and picking up the victory 5-2. The final. Matt Shoemaker picks up the win. Shoemaker
7-2 on the season.
7-2. And Joe Smith notches his 11th save. Albert Pujols with a couple of hits. So Chris Iannetta with 3 hits tonight. Howie Kendrick with 3 hits himself, as the Angels had a total of 10 hits on the night. Now 31-14 on the season at home. 52-36 and remain 3.5 back of the Oakland A's as Oakland defeated the San Francisco Giants tonight. As a matter of fact, they shut him out at the Coliseum. Chris Iannetta had a very nice game offensively, a 3-hit performance. He's down in the field with Alex Curry. Alex.
Thank you, Victor. Chris, nothing phases this team. What makes you guys so dominant at home?
We're doing a good job right now. It's been a lot of fun. We've been down in a lot of games, and our offenses fight back. And the biggest thing is our bullpen and our pitchers have kept us in the game, so it gives us our offense a chance.
Now, Shoemaker did a fine job stepping in on such short notice. What do you think of his stuff tonight?
He was great. I mean, that's a really tough situation to be in, to be in the pen, get on the mound and warm up in front of everybody, take your time, try to relax, and then he came in and executed.
And you've been swinging the bat well, a 3-hit game. How have you been feeling at the plate?
Felt pretty good. It's been fun.
Now, speaking of the pitching, we got a little shout-out we got to give right now.
Yeah, we need everybody in the stands and everyone on TV to get on their phones and computers and vote G-Rich.
Hashtag vote G-Rich. Thank you for joining us, Chris, and congrats on a great game. Well, there you have it. The Angels continue to be dominant at home. And coming up next, Patrick O'Neill, Tim Salmon, and Jose Moto will break it all down on Angels Live, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealer.